So today we're talking about hanging, why you should do it as an exercise, why it's good for you. I want to give tips for people who have never done it before. So if you're a beginner, this video is for you. Hanging is a form of brachiating, moving, holding on to something with your hands. We're not going to be moving like a monkey or anything like that. We are literally just going to be hanging from a bar. So the only piece of equipment that you would need to do this is something to hang from. It can be anything. It could be something you put up in your house. It could be something that's at the park. It could even be a tree branch that's sturdy enough to hold on to you. It could be anything. Ideally, you want something that's not too, it doesn't have too big of a diameter so that you can effectively hold on to it. So if it's too wide or too fat around, it's going to be even harder to hold on to. Not that you can't work with that, because that will help to develop better grip strength. The wider something is, the harder it is to hold on to, and you can do that too. But as a beginner, you want to be able to wrap your hands completely around whatever it is you're going to hold on to. Okay, so that's the first thing. So you have to find something, anything that you can hang from. And there's things you can buy online. We have them at our house. Things you can put in the doorway that work just fine. So it would be worth it, in my opinion, to get something to put in your house that you can use on a regular basis to hang from. So the benefits of hanging, well, obviously upper body strength, which especially for women, we don't have as much as lower body strength. So that would be one reason to do it. Grip strength is another reason. You know, we're not necessarily going to be in a position where your life depends on hanging from something, but maybe, you know, that could happen just in terms of safety and things that a person should be able to do. In my mind, I look at it this way. Kids do that at the park. They climb trees, they do those things, and they're able to do those things. If you want to live, you know, a long life and be active and mobile, you look at what kids do, and you should want to be able to do those same things as you grow older. So if they can hang from something for extended periods, it's probably good for you to be able to do the same thing. Shoulder mobility is really good for that too, and core strength too. That's another thing that hanging can help you to develop. So those are the reasons why you should do it. How do you do it? It's not as simple as you might think. It looks easy, but if you haven't done it since you were 10 and you try to hang from anything, I will tell you that it's going to be really hard. 10 seconds is going to feel like a lifetime. Okay, so the basic concept of hanging in the beginning, if you haven't done it for a long time, is just to build up time under the bar. That's all that you want to do. You want to wrap your hands completely around, so not thumbs over top, although you can do that too, but put your thumb underneath and wrap your whole hand around the bar. Hands about shoulder width apart. And then you just want to hang. So this is called a dead hang. You're not trying to pull yourself up or anything. You're just trying to hang on. So you would work here for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and even those little bits of additional seconds is work. So, you know, if you can't hold for 30 seconds, don't worry about it. Start with 10. Do that for a few weeks. Then work up to 20. Do that for a few weeks. And then just build up time. I would say a good goal to have for hanging is 60 seconds. If you could do a 60-second hold, maybe for 3 sets, I'd say that's a pretty good goal to have and a good thing to add into your workouts. So for me, I try to do hanging at least once a week, and I would do it like that. I would try to do maybe 3 sets, 30 to 60 seconds, depending on how strong I'm feeling that day. If, however, you can't do that, if you can't hang from the bar and even go for 10 seconds, what are you going to do about that? You can do lots. Well, you can get yourself a chair or a bench or anything that will allow you to put your feet on that and then hang from that. So you have something underneath you that you can put your feet on, hang from the bar, and then just put your toes on whatever that is to give yourself some support. Enough support that you can maintain a 10-second hold. I would say that would be the minimum, 10 seconds, and then come down, okay? So whatever you need to do, however much pressure you need to put on that box or stool or chair or whatever's under you to get yourself to 10 seconds would be the first thing to do. And that would be where you would start. And you would just hold and you'd allow yourself to really sink down, let those arms go really long, stretching out through the shoulders, and just hang on. And then tiny increments from there in order to build up, to be able to do it without touching onto anything would be 1 foot, and then switching, and then building up time with as little pressure on whatever's under you as possible until you can take it away, and then you can do 10 seconds. Once you can do 10 seconds, then you're going to build up that from 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and all the way up to 60 seconds. Okay, the other thing that you can do when you're hanging, once you can just hang, then you can start to move around a little bit. When you're under the bar, sort of take your mind off the time that you're working on. Maybe take your body in little circles around. You can lift your knees up. You can do splits. You can do lots of things. So just working on moving around under the bar while you're holding on. So that's something you can do. One other thing that you can do is switch your grip. So if you're hanging with your hands overhand like that, which is where I would start, once you get good at that, try an underhand hang, which definitely takes more shoulder mobility, but it's just another option for hanging. And that would be where you would start if you're working toward doing any kind of pull-up, chin-up, anything like that. So that's just your basic hang. From there, there's lots of things you can do to work toward lifting your body up. So a scap pull, just little pulses where you keep your arms straight, but pull your body up. That's something else that you can work on. And it can get pretty complicated after that. You can do one arm hangs, arms wider to hang. Hanging for time, for shoulder health, core strength, general upper body strength, grip strength, all of those things is something that you really need to work on. And hanging is one easy way to do all of those things at one time. So I highly recommend you try that. I highly recommend that you get something to put up at your house so that you can do it at least once a week. And yeah, give it a try.